He was born an illegitimate child in a turbulent world, yet he rose to become one of the most feared and influential men of medieval Europe. From the misty shores of Normandy to the throne of England, William the Conqueror's life was a story of ambition, strategy, and ruthless determination. This is the story of the man who conquered England and changed history forever. William was born in 1028, the son of Duke Robert of Normandy and a woman of humble origin named Herleva. Being illegitimate in a society obsessed with bloodlines made his early life dangerous. Noble families in Normandy were ambitious and ruthless, and many questioned whether a boy with no noble mother could ever claim his father's duchy. Despite this, young William survived, often by sheer cunning and courage. At just 7 years old, he inherited the duchy after his father's sudden death. Normandy was a land of intrigue and violence, and rebellious nobles tried to kill him multiple times. Ambushes, assassination attempts, and political machinations marked his childhood, yet he endured. Even as a boy, William learned to navigate power, loyalty, and fear. His early hardships shaped him into a leader who understood that in medieval Europe, survival required cunning as much as courage. He grew tall, strong, and intelligent, traits that earned him respect even among those who had once plotted against him. As William came of age, Normandy began to stabilize under his control. He rewarded loyal supporters, quelled rebellions, and strengthened the duchy's military. He married Matilda of Flanders, forging a powerful alliance that enhanced both his political influence and his legitimacy. By the mid-1050s, William had become a feared and respected ruler. His reputation for discipline, strategic thinking, and, when necessary, ruthlessness spread throughout Europe. He was no longer just the illegitimate boy of Normandy. He was a man who commanded loyalty, inspired fear, and would not be denied what he believed was his destiny. In England, King Edward the Confessor ruled without an heir. William claimed that Edward had promised him the English crown years earlier, during a visit to Normandy. Yet, upon Edward's death in January 1066, Harold Godwinson was crowned king instead. This sparked a political crisis. William argued that Harold had sworn an oath supporting his claim, an oath William considered binding, endorsed by the Pope himself. Edward's promises, Harold's coronation, and the papal support created a situation that William could not ignore. Negotiation was an option, but William was a man of decisive action. If fate would not hand him the crown, he would take it. William spent months preparing for the invasion. He gathered an army of knights, infantry, and archers from across Normandy and allied regions. Hundreds of ships were built and provisioned to carry his forces across the English Channel. He meticulously planned logistics, supply lines, and naval strategy. Every soldier, every ship, every weapon was accounted for. William's preparation was thorough, precise, and ambitious, a reflection of his character. Nothing was left to chance. Even before setting foot in England, William had established himself as a leader who combined vision with pragmatism. His men trusted him, feared him, and believed in his goal. By September 1066, the stage was set for a confrontation that would decide the fate of England. The Norman fleet landed on the southern coast of England near Pevensey. Harold's army, composed largely of infantry, was positioned to meet them. What followed would become one of the most famous battles in European history, the Battle of Hastings. The battle lasted all day. William's strategy included the innovative use of cavalry, archers, and infantry, working in coordinated attacks. He even employed feigned retreats, drawing English soldiers from their strong shield wall, and creating openings for Norman forces to exploit. At the battle's turning point, Harold Godwinson was struck, reportedly in the eye by an arrow. With their king fallen, the English forces faltered. Norman soldiers pressed the advantage, and by nightfall, the battle was won. William had not only defeated Harold, he had conquered England. On Christmas Day 1066, William was crowned King of England at Westminster Abbey. His reign was marked by both consolidation and transformation. William built massive stone castles across England, establishing Norman authority and creating military strongholds that could suppress future revolts. He commissioned the Domesday Book, a comprehensive survey of lands and resources across the country, demonstrating his administrative control. Norman culture began to merge with Anglo-Saxon traditions. Language, law, architecture, and governance were forever altered. William's conquest was not just a military victory, it was a complete transformation of English society. He had reshaped an entire nation in his image. William was ambitious, cunning, and often ruthless. Stories suggest he could be both charming and terrifying, capable of inspiring loyalty and fear simultaneously. His size and strength reportedly matched his reputation, and he was said to have a commanding presence that few could ignore. He was a man who understood the art of war, politics, and administration. Every decision he made was calculated to secure his power and legacy. While some remember him as a tyrant, others praise his brilliance as a leader who changed the course of history. William the Conqueror died in 1087, leaving behind a kingdom forever altered by his ambition and vision. The Norman influence he imposed on England endured for centuries, in castles, laws, language, and culture. Was he a ruthless conqueror, a brilliant strategist, or both? Perhaps history does not allow simple answers. What is certain is this: without William, England, as we know it today, would be unrecognizable. He was a man of destiny, a duke who became a king, and a conqueror whose story continues to fascinate the world. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe for more legendary battles, historical heroes, and epic tales from the past. Peace.